So good morning and welcome over back to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. Decided to come on over today because we haven't been in a while. We want to try to get on some rides today, but also one of my bigger reasons why, so you can see, I think it's, nope, other way, Iron Gwazi. Another little trip to check out a little bit of the Iron Gwazi. See, maybe we can get on some more of those rides today. Maybe try to do Tigris. Like last time we were here, we tried to do Tigris, but we had a small issue with the lockers, which caused us to not be able to do it. So I did bring the GoPro. It is fully charged. It's a little cooler today, but it's not cold, so it shouldn't be too bad. Like probably the first couple rides we do, we may need the jackets for, but outside that, I don't think we'll need it for much longer. So let's just head on in. You can see there's a couple tour groups here today, so we're going to have to try to avoid them as much as possible. Alright, now we are officially in the park. Took us a lot longer than I had hoped for, just because unfortunately there's a big tour group, and they do split down into smaller sizes, but there's still a good 300 to 400 of them coming in at once. And as far as I know, it looks like they are going to be heading to the right, like towards like Cheetah Hunt, Cobra's Curse and all that stuff. Oh look, you got some people, so looking at Gwazi right here, you got a couple guys starting to walk up the main lift. Looks like they're inspecting the handrails. So it's really cool. So we always like to start over here looking at Gwazi because we like to head over towards Sheikra and Tigris first, because everyone does head to Cheetah Hunt, Cobra's Curse, and Montu before they go anywhere else. So this is why we always come over here and we always look at Gwazi a little bit as well. We're just kind of walking. It looks like they've cleared even more space down here. You can really start seeing a lot more of the like entrance way, what the, yeah. It looks really cool though. Like, I am really excited for when this thing does debut. Again, we still don't have an official announcement yet of when it's going to debut. But all we know, it's coming in spring, because they did and put that up on one of their boards and made that announcement. But I can tell you, they are really far along.
Put it on Instagram about one of their cars being on the track, so.
Yeah. Well, and then also they've taken down, remember how there used to be walls all the way around this? Not anymore.
Oh, this is the queue right here.
Yeah, this will be the queue area getting onto Gwazi. Well, onto Iron Gwazi, because, you know, that's what they say. But so, still no official main entrance sign yet for it. Oh, it looks like they're building another thing up on the backside. Here, let's get around this. So this was the other thing I think that they were building from the ground up, is it looks like they're using this outer bank turn right here. That I think that will lead you into the below the main lift like twist. But you see right there, they were starting to put the track up there. So that was like, I think that was one of the last things that they had to work on, was that little piece. And Ali did say they did put on their Instagram, they did have a post of one of their trains is on the track right now. And what I'll do is I'll put that in here. And then also make sure you do follow Busch Gardens Tampa to get some more updates on Gwazi, because they post a lot of updates about Iron Gwazi on here. So
Hashtag Iron Gwazi.
Yep. Tell you what though, it's just getting, oh, they still have to finish up the drop though. The drop doesn't have all the track all the way down yet. I can tell you what, when Iron Gwazi does debut, this will really create some more like direction of where to go, because if you go this way right now, you really can't get anywhere. It takes a long time to get to something, because to get all the way around here, you have to get all the way to get to Sesame Street. It's kind of a far walk, and then it's kind of far walk to get to Sheikra and Tigris. Allie's playing with one of the birds, the little macaws. She was like clapping, and it like came over to her. Oh, here comes the other one. Oh! The squirrel drops. Squirrel dropped something and made them both jump. You can see right there, one of the next pieces they started working on was right there. I don't know if you can see how well is it not? There we go. Sorry, I was like having a hard time getting it to focus. But you see, you come up this hill right here, and you see how the silver pieces, or like the metal pieces, are banked outwards. Well, it's a turn to the right, but what it is, it's gonna angle you to the left, essentially bank you the opposite way you're turning, and it creates an interesting sensation. It was something I saw they did on Steel Vengeance that I really think is a cool element that they're adding in. So like I said, this did raise a lot of questions pretty early on when we saw the post on Instagram that one of the tracks was on the one of the trains was on the track. But now seeing the track, it looks like they're just putting the trains on to get them accustomed, get the wheels on, so that when they are done with the track itself and all the sensors get put in place, they can start doing their test runs. Now, I don't see them doing test runs probably till maybe the earliest late February. At the earliest. I think late February is when you're looking at it because it's almost beginning February and the track's still not complete. Plus, that's why I say if you go out to Tampa, Busch Gardens Tampa's Instagram, keep following that because I will have the most updates for this ride. But man, when this ride opens, it'll be the tallest, fastest, steepest drop ride in the park. Because for years, that title was solely on Sheikra, but now Iron Gwazi will take that title. Well, since we're over in this area, since we came over to this side first, since all the tour groups headed over to the cheetah hunt area first, we decided might as well come over here, try to do Sheikra and Tigris really quick. Billy said last time we came, we tried to do Tigris. We had a small issue with the locker system, which is no big deal. Like, it's technology, it happens and stuff. But so we want to do Sheikra, which is funny because like how this ride's actually a lot older than I keep realizing. So it's the first dive coaster in America, and it's the first one to actually go fully vertical because of the new spring-loaded wheels they have on it. Of course, then you have the ride that we both really like, and it's Tigris over here, which is the multi-launch Premier Skyrocket 2 model coaster. But honestly, this is my favorite one. Like, I've looked at a lot of them, and this one has a lot of theming, and I love the music that they play in the queue house as the ride's going. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna put all the stuff in the locker. Alex got a couple dollars in cash this time, so we're gonna put that stuff away, and we're gonna jump on to Tigris. Here we go. Whee! Oh. A little bit of air time. Jesus! I've been turned upside down. Good Lord. Woo. Absolutely no wait for that, and that was freezing cold, but a lot of fun. Like, Tigris is surprisingly an amazingly fun ride. I don't know why it's so much fun. I don't want to go on the lock flume today. It's too cold for that. Go on the Congo River rapid ride that they have. So I think since we're over here, we probably don't mind waiting a little bit. We're gonna do Sheikra, but we gotta put stuff away. Gonna put some of the stuff away really quick again, and then we'll be on our way over there.
Aquele faz aquele, aquele faz aquele. São dois sensores magnéticos. Depois de pequenininho, na hora de chegar perto, ele toca, dá contato, acabou. São vários, ó. Pra saber onde o caminho tá. São vários switches.
Oh, look at that airtime hill. There's some good airtime hill there.
Tá vendo? Aqui deve ser o primeiro e segundo estágio que ele faz. E ali são aqueles que a gente tá pendurado aqui, ó. Tá vendo? Agora vai soltar. 1, 2, 3, já! Já!
Oh my God! Wow! Good Lord, it held us there a long time. Oh, my toes are cold now. So, pretty much walked right onto Tigris, got front row. Waited a little bit for Sheikra, but that's because since we didn't wait anything for Tigris, we jumped right onto Sheikra and got front row, and man, I gotta tell you what, despite that ride being, I mean, over 10 plus years old, it still feels amazing. Also, that time it held us at the very top right before the drop way longer than it ever has before. Like, I don't remember ever holding it that long for us. So we're just gonna keep on working our way around towards some of the other rides. At some point, if the Sky Ride is running today, I think we'll try to do the Sky Ride to check out maybe that area by Rhino Rally for the possible new thrill ride that might be coming next year, and also seeing more of Iron Gwazi. Because if you look out, so if you ride Sheikra, try to be in the far left seat if possible, because as soon as you look to the left, you just see a massive amount of tangled mess that is Gwazi. So it's pretty cool. I think if anything is next to go, if we had to get a new coaster to add into everything, I think it sounds like it could be Jungala, could get either reworked or get completely flattened and for a new coaster of some sorts. But right now it sounds like Rhino Rally is the next area to go because they have Iron Gwazi. But getting a new thrill ride would really round out some of the things that Busch Gardens has to offer, because right now Busch Gardens has a lot of coasters, not a lot of thrill rides. And really it's just a difference of like a higher intense flat ride. Really can be like that time filler or area filler for those big coasters that they have here. Also tells you that Busch Gardens has really rounded out their like manufacturers who they use for their coaster design. Because early designs were a lot of these B&M coasters and all this stuff, but lately you've had Intamin, Mock Rides, Premier, now Rocky Mountain Construction. Really rounds out the type of rides you have. So a lot of times you have like Kumba, Sheikra, and Montu, super reliable, very thrilling coasters. You have Intamin, which is a very experimental, really does things outside of the box kind of rides. And then you have Premier Rides, which builds very small but fun little coasters. And then you have Rocky Mountain, which just injects adrenaline into everything they build. We're gonna kind of come up here and see if Kumba really doesn't have a wait. Because like I said, with a lot of the tour groups here, they all go to the same ride. And when they go to the same ride, it causes the line to be a little bit longer because you have 200 to 400 people coming into a single ride at once. So I'm gonna come over here to see if there is no one in line. If there isn't, probably jump on this really quick. Yeah, right now there's no wait. And I can tell you right now, this is one of the most like iconic videos or pictures you can get, is Kumba going through the iconic corkscrews. Just because of the way the train looks, because you have a yellow train on a nice bright blue track. This is also, here comes the classics picture too right here. Just unfortunately, Ali doesn't really want to do this because it goes upside down too much and she's not feeling very good with the dizziness. And also it's kind of looks like it's getting a little busy for it. So I think what we'll do is actually go over and try to do something else. Maybe go do like Sand Serpent over at Pantopia. Maybe I'll do Falcon's Fury. Maybe. One thing about Kumba though, it is a very reliable attraction, and on the days that they're running more than one train, they can really move people on this ride. That's the one thing, is that when Busch Gardens designs these rides, they anticipate like big and long waits, and that's something that they try to anticipate. The only thing I feel like that doesn't really encapsulate that is Tigris, because you only have the one train. And I always said it would be really cool to see Tigris designed where the trains can move back and forth onto the actual like launch track, so that if you only need one side for one day, you don't have to use the other side, and so then it gives you an option of having both of those trains to use on busier days. Just kind of working our way around. Yeah, so I think what we'll do, because Ali gets really dizzy when we do a lot of the rides where you go upside down a lot, because that's why she doesn't do Montu with me, because I really like Montu for the ride it is, but like she really likes Sea Serpent because it's a nice little ride. You know, this one damn near will throw my back out half the time, so. But there is no one on it, so it is another one of those rides that has no wait. Also, yes, Phoenix is still closed, but they have taken out the sign. Oh no, they didn't. It's right here. It's just I kept forgetting where it was. Oh God. Yep. Ah. Jeez. Wow. Wow. They're like, oh, that's a little slow. Ow! Wow. It doesn't slow you down at all. Jesus. It's full tilt all the way. Good Lord. Oh my.
Die.
Ugh.
Die.
Whee.
Die.
Huh, huh. Nope, just keeps going full speed.
Here comes the
Big drop. God.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Whew.
We have bigger brakes.
Whee! Oh my God. Ow. Yep. Now my back hurts. But we'll tell you, it is kind of fun like riding little rides like that because there is no wait for them. So a lot of times you're able to get on and off of them without really waiting much for it. A lot of the little rides I have in this area. It's like a second kiddie area because you have Sesame Street Land, or Sesame Street, which is like the safari style one. Over here, once you go past Gwazi, then you have kind of this little area that has little rides as well. Of course, then you have this behemoth of Falcon's Fury, so yikes. But it is really kind of sad because one of Allie's favorite things for us to do when we do come is riding Scorpion. And Scorpion's currently down today, I guess, for just a little minor refurb of some other sorts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Well, you can kind of hear them doing some work over that area. So you can see they put up the walls over here. So you see, here's Animal Care. Where we just walked from was Pantopia. So if you keep heading that way, it's Pantopia. Here's the Animal Care area. Here are the elephants. And that little bit of track is from when it used to be Rhino Rally, which is the old little ride they used to have here. Allie can actually tell you, she did get to ride Rhino Rally a long time ago. She actually quite enjoyed it. But we may be getting a new thrill ride, rumored pendulum swing type ride. Oh, that elephant found some hay on the other side of that rock. So like I said, so here's another piece. You can see there's a little guy up there working on it right now. This is the new piece of like track that we haven't seen before. And like I said, I think this will come off the drop. You'll go up and it'll put you to the left side, bank you hard left, bring you around a right-hand turn, retwist you back down, take you into the area underneath the lift hill. So like this little area, this is where the Nairobi train station is, where the train picks up and drops off. This is where you get a lot more of those animal like encounters with a lot more of the smaller animals. So a lot of their sloths, a lot of their birds, a lot of their snakes, a lot of the reptiles that are too like smaller, then kind of keep over here. So this would, like, if they added that new thrill ride over there, which they're already starting to do a ton of work on, it would add some more, just add something else to this area as well. So it would really round out what Busch Gardens has. So well, I've shown you this view a lot, but like I said, you can start seeing, so there's the drop. Track's not quite done, but as you can see, as you move to the right, I think what will happen is you'll come off the drop, make a hard left bank, come down, go up and over, and you can do this stuff that's here, whatever they're working on here. So tell you what, like I said, this is one of those rides you'll be able to see almost everywhere you're in the park just because of the way it is. I mean, they've really redone a lot of work with this. And of course, like normal, Cheetah Hunt usually carries one of the longest waits in the park because it is probably one of the most popular rides. Also, when they are only loading one train at a time, it tends to take a little longer because they do have the capability almost at every, I think so here, Sheikra, even you consider Cobra's Curse as well. They can load more than one train at a time, but it's on slower days they only do the one just to save money, which is insane. So they call this an intimate blitz coaster just because it's a little, like the style is a lot smaller. So it's like not a huge launch coaster, but it is a very fun one though. So if you come over to the cheetah exhibit, one of the big things that's actually just happened is that they have 2 new baby cubs. No, they're still really tiny, so they're gonna be more in the back, you know, with the mom and the handlers getting used to the area. Probably won't see them out here probably for, I would say, another couple months while they get bigger though.
Yeah.
But it still is a really cool thing that they have because they have the training session that they show off throughout the day There's the cheetah run, which is where they actually take their little like mechanism and put a long cable in it, and they make them run back and forth to show like how cheetahs run through the wild, how they use their tail as like a steering mechanism. So I just come around the corner here and get an idea of what possibly the wait time is for cheetah hunt, because you can look it up on their app, but sometimes their app's really slow catching up. 45 minutes for cheetah hunt. Again, not surprised. Does carry one of the longest waits, so we really like cheetah hunt, but the unfortunate thing is we always come on a slower day, so it's a lot slower and takes a lot longer for us to get on it because it is a longer wait. Well, the big reason why I feel like these 3 rides have a longer wait is because it looks like all 4 or 5 of the tour groups are over here. You always can tell because they have their little flags, and also instead of them buying a locker like everyone else is, they literally have someone out here who watches all their bags. So it always ends up being a lot longer because you have, you know, between 100 to maybe 200 people, or the tour group kids, going in and getting in line. So something like Cobra's Curse, which has a longer wait, like a normal, like a longer time to load, because of it being only 8 seats at a time, and causes the line to back up really bad. The same thing with like cheetah hunts. Well, there's 2 of them in here now, kind of just rolling around in the shade over here.
They're so skinny and long.
Yeah, that's like what makes them though so fast. They're they always say they're the fastest land mammals on Earth, but they can only hold that speed for only a very limited amount of time. Well, it looks like that Busch Gardens will be hosting a Mardi Gras weekend. So let the good times roll with limited time food, cocktails, entertainment, and live music. February 22nd, 23rd, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. in this area, so the Moroccan Palace area. Wow, yeah. So right here at the front, they actually have alligator like exhibit area, and there's a lot of them.
Are they cold-blooded?
Yes, they are cold-blooded.
What about turtles?
Yes, cold-blooded as well. Look at all the turtles over in that little spot. There's a tiny turtle. You see that little tiny turtle?
Oh, yeah.
Look at him. He's flipping something on his... I think he got a leaf stuck to him. I always wonder why turtles and alligators are always in the same area as each other, because even at SeaWorld they are.
Another big turtle.
Oh, good, that's funny.
He's laying there.
See that one right there? See the one Allie pointed out? That's funny. Kind of interesting, because like earlier we saw a couple guys going up the main lift. Looks like they were like adding something to the main lift, and they were finishing up this little small section off to the side, and they were working on that big outer bank turn. So, but yeah, we didn't really, like, we wrote a few things, because like that's one of our tricks that we always tell people, is that if you come to Busch Gardens, always go to the left for now, before Iron Gwazi's open. Is if you go to the left towards like Stanleyville, you go to like Tigris, Sheikra, Akumba, all that stuff out there, because everyone always goes over here, because these are so much, those rides are closer. So like Cheetah Hunt, Cobra's Curse, Montu are closer to the front than the other rides are. Allie found a couple of jackets.
Yeah, it's $50.
It's like this interesting. So right straight up like black, like heavy jacket. Like Allie's looking at some of the Tigris stuff, and like all I could think about is, man, when are they gonna start doing Iron Gwazi stuff?
I want the Tigris one.
The shirt?
Yeah, it was $45.
Not bad.
I just had ice cream. It's only $6 for ice cream.
Yeah. I wonder when Iron Gwazi stuff will be debuting, because there's not really a gift shop over there, so they would have to put all the stuff in here.
But I really like this shirt a lot.
Yeah, it's the Tigris shirt. This is for they actually had a phone case like this that Allie Keats wanted to get, but last time not this time, but the last time we came, the machine wasn't working, so she couldn't get it, and then we forgot to look this time, so we were so excited because like we walked right onto Tigris. Well, yeah, they have a ton of 2020 merchandise now available. This is a hefty cup.
Bye.
$16 for that. Some of their shirts. I like the shirt collection. Allie really likes the female shirt right there. Some cups. These are $15. So kind of cool, actually. So something they're doing, and this is something we forgot to look at earlier, was that so here at Busch Gardens they have the Real Music, Real Masters at Stanleyville Theater, which is right between Tigris and Sheikra. This goes on from January 7th to March 15th, Tuesdays through Sundays, 11:30 to 1:30. And this week's feature artist is Piano Man, Sir Elton John, and Billy Joel tributes. There was something somewhere that showed all of them. Like they have a Queen tribute, and it's a lot more like these tribute bands that like do the songs as well, but they're not the actual artists. So if you go onto their website, they'll probably have all that there, and so I'll link their website down below. And just one more look before leaving. This is the shot that's gonna be really cool when you walk in, because you're gonna walk in, the first thing you're gonna see is Gwazi, and when that yellow train, that gator train is on that track, it's really real cool, because this is the only thing you're gonna see is this lift hill. And then you'll see a little bit go underneath with that twist, but there's so much behind it that we don't know anything about. They still have not released an official like animation or anything of it. They're just letting us wait till it's built and done. So we are going to go ahead and call it a day from Busch Gardens. Didn't ride as much as we had hoped to, just unfortunately ran into some tour groups. Like I said, they are very big groups, just be mindful. Usually January, February is when they will come down, but usually mid-February they will leave. But of course we're getting ready for spring break, so it's kind of one of those, you kind of catch them when they're not coming to those parks. Just today we happen to be here at the same time as them, so that just kind of made it more of a, well, it is what it is. But we did get on Tigris, walked right onto it. Same thing with Sheikra, we kind of waited a little longer, but that's because we wanted the front row. If we wanted to just walk right on, we just wait for another row. Saw a ton of Iron Gwazi. I mean, now there's a whole back section, like Outer Bank turn, that I didn't see there before. Didn't go into Sesame Street to check it out, just because there's not a lot to see from back there nowadays. And then also got to ride Sea Serpent and all that stuff. So overall, just a really kind of a fun day here at Busch Gardens. I mean, didn't ride as much as like back when we used to come. When we first came, we always would ride everything before we leave. But like Allie doesn't like going upside down as much anymore, so it gives her headaches. A lot of times if we do Sheikra and Tigris, she won't do Kumba. If we only do like Tigris, she'll go do Kumba, but it's one of those like anything more than that gives her a headache. So, but with all that being said, as we do head out from a very fun trip out to Busch Gardens, we will see y'all next time.